Today we're going to do a really fun one. We're going to make some Jell-O roll-ups, and here are the ingredients that we need. One standard package of Jell-O, this is equal to 85 grams. 1.5 cups of mini marshmallows, and this is equal to 85 grams as well. And our last ingredient, a half a cup of hot water. This is equal to 125 milliliters or 125 grams. So those are the ingredients, so let's get started. So for our first step, I'm going to grab all of our hot water, get that right into a large mixing cup, and then to that I'm going to add in all of my Jell-O powder. Grab a whisk. I just want to mix all of this up. That's good. And then super simple, just grab all of your mini marshmallows, get those right in there. Now I'm going to pop this into my microwave for 45 seconds on high. So here we have it, 45 seconds in my microwave, and now I'm just going to start mixing all of this together. And you can see all of that heat is just melting those marshmallows. And that's what you want. So just keep mixing until all of this is completely dissolved. You can see how quickly this happens. And that's perfect. And now we're going to fill our pan. For today's recipe, I'm using an 8" by 8" pan. I'm going to grab a little bit of vegetable cooking spray, and I just want to get a little bit down. I'm going to grab a little silicone brush, and I just want to get all of this all the way around and a little bit up on the sides, and that's going to help us get our Jell-O out later on. So I just want to get all of that around, and that's perfect. You don't want to have too much. That's good. And then just before we pour it in, you want to just give it a little bit of a stir. Make sure that everything is well combined. And now we're just going to pour that right in. And get all of that out. I'm going to switch over to a spatula. I want to get all of that out. And that's perfect, just like that. So that's it for this really simple recipe. At this point, we need to chill this down, so I'm going to pop it into my fridge until it's completely cool and firm. So this is about 2 hours later. This is completely cool now, and we're ready to unmold it. So I'm going to grab a little spatula, and I just want to go around the sides so that this has a clean break when we start rolling it. And you want to be really careful when you do start rolling this. So get right under. You can see the spatula is actually bending and going underneath, which is great. A little bit of a push. Perfect. So I've got a cutting board ready to go. When we pull this out, I'm going to want to put this directly on my cutting board. So I'm going to get underneath and just get your hands in there and keep it nice and even. You don't want it cracking. So just like that, and then push it down, and then just start rolling it very, very slowly. You can see how nicely this comes out. And there we have it. Look at this. Look at that really nice color. So I'm going to get it over here onto our cutting board. Get rid of this. I've got a little bit of thread that I'm just going to break off a little piece. And this is basically the same technique you've seen your grandmother use 50 years ago when she was cutting a cake in half. So you want to get your thread on the bottom, just lift this up, get the thread underneath to the spot where you want to cut it, and then just take your thread, lift it over the other side, and then you just want to get it together, and now just pull. And magically, I'm going to use a little knife. I'll bring in a plate. Check this out. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Wow. You could take a knife and cut it, but what's going to happen is you're going to really kind of depress it and flatten it out, and you don't want that. So I'll do it again. Just get your thread underneath to the size you want. Grab one end, bring it over, just do a crisscross, and then just give it a little pull. Perfect. Get my knife underneath. Look at that. So I'm going to do one more and then I'm going to zoom in. Get our string, our thread, get it down. Crisscross. And give it a little pull. Let's get our knife. Wow, look at the contrasting colors, and this smells really good. So let me zoom in now. These Jell-O roll-ups look amazing. Look at that really nice detail. And I know what you're saying. You're saying you're still not zoomed in enough, so you know what we're going to do? We're going to zoom in once more, because I really want to show you how nice this looks. So that's what I call a really extreme close-up. Hopefully you can see everything really well now. You can see that Jell-O right there, and that really nice marshmallow inside. And you can see that the marshmallow always takes on a little bit of the color of whatever you're using as Jell-O. So if you're going to be using a strawberry Jell-O, this is going to be a little bit, red. Here we have the green. Depends on what flavor that you're actually using. So I'm just going to zoom out again. I want to cut one more piece from the roll and then we're going to try it out. So I've zoomed in because I wanted to show you the cutting process a little closer. So I'm going to grab both ends of the thread, and I'll get my hands closer here so you can see them. Okay? So you want to position the thread where you want to make that cut. And now just bring the thread out, and then just take one end, put it over the top, and the other end the other way. So opposite directions. So now you've got it like this. Crisscross. And then what you do is you just gently pull, and like magic, it's cut. And we'll just take our knife, and there we have it. And of course I'm going to have to try a little piece on camera. I already know what this tastes like. It is very good. That's really good. You get the tartness of that Jell-O because it is so concentrated. That's because we only used half a cup of water in this recipe. And then you get that fluffy marshmallow. Really nice. This, I would say, is more of a recipe that you're going to want to make for children. I think they're going to enjoy this more than adults. But if you do have a sweet tooth, you're probably going to like this as well. So to end off my video, I thought I would bring these back in and just give you an overall shot of what we made today. These are really fun. If you're going to try this recipe and you do have children, make sure that you have them in the kitchen with you. It just makes everything that much more magical. So that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you wish. I really do appreciate that. And if you're on Facebook, please head over to facebook.com/BakeLikeAPro and please share my recipe on your page. I would really appreciate that. That's it for today, and I'll see you next time.